So you've reached your second trimester. During this trimester, you're going to start to notice some more changes to your body. You're going to feel a bit more stiffness through your back and through other joints just because of those changes. And so it's going to be important that we maintain your strength through your body, but also add a few more exercises, stretches in to keep you loose and moving well. During this phase, by 16 weeks, you want to avoid lying on your back for any extended period of time. You also want to avoid in this second trimester playing any contact sports, anything where you could get hit or knocked too severely. Another thing to take note is that your ligaments, because of the hormones that are going on during your pregnancy, your ligaments and your muscles, they're all just a bit more loose and a bit more movable. So take care when exercising and when stretching that you don't push anything too far. So we've got 10 exercises for today. Some of the things that you learnt from our previous video on the first trimester will carry through today. So those skills in turning on that pelvic floor and turning on the TA, the transverse abdominis muscle. So the first 5 exercises are focusing on strength, and the last 5 are focusing on keeping movement through your back and your muscles, strength, stretching exercises. So the first one, we're going to hop down to the floor. You're going to be working on your TA and your pelvic floor exercises with this. So it's an advanced version of what we did in the first trimester. So lying on your back and flat, what you're going to do instead of just straightening and coming back, you're actually going to hover your legs into the air. It should be fairly gentle, but you will feel that you're using your core just slightly. So obviously this is a difficult one to do for extended periods by about 16 weeks. So whilst you can, lying on your back, turning your TA muscle in by belly button to your spine, and also closing your pelvic floor, your front and your back passages. So hands by your side for balance, and then as you turn your muscles on, pelvic floor and TA, you're going to slowly straighten your leg and then come back. Nothing should cause you pain or should be uncomfortable. So you want to do this carefully and concentrate with it. So pelvic floor on, TA on, and straighten your leg, pelvic floor and TA on, and then turn it off. On again, pelvic floor, TA, straighten, and come back. If that's too difficult, just have your legs flat on the ground and do the same thing, sliding the leg out, stopping, and coming back. Just continue with that. So the second exercise we're going to be doing is just a knee rock, but using your pelvic floor and your core here as well. So again, on your back, and just turning your pelvic floor and your TA muscles on, dropping your knee to the side slightly, coming back in, using your core as you do this, out to the side and coming back in. And you will have to control, you'll have to use a fair bit of muscle use and come back in. And about 5 to 10 on each side will be enough for you to feel that it's working. Okay, some more exercises we're going to go into. If you have a gym ball, then you can do it on this. So popping your legs up. So this is going to strengthen up sort of your lower back as well as your glutes. So your legs are up on the ball. The further away your legs are, the closer your feet are to the ball, the harder it is. So what you're going to do is just arms by your side, squeeze everything, your glutes, your back, lifting up and holding for about 3 seconds, and then lowering down. And coming up, 2, 3, and then lowering down. It's quite simple, but if you don't have a ball, a little bit harder to do. What you can do in that case is just lying on your back, lifting your glutes up, your bottom up, and then coming down. So that's an exercise you can do instead of the ball if you choose, or just if you don't own one yet. The fourth exercise, hip abduction they call it. So lying on your side, getting as comfortable as you can. Make sure that you're flat and you're not leaning back. Make sure that you are side on your hips. Arm in front for balance. And what you're going to do, you can bend that leg slightly for balance. Your bottom leg on your top leg. Keep the leg straight. Lift your heel up and then slowly lower it down. With all of these exercises, you can be turning your pelvic floor on and making it a very functional activity rather than just practicing it in sitting. So you want to do 10 to 15 of those as you're comfortable, and then do the other side as well. So the squat, an exercise we did throughout the first trimester, we'll do again this one. It's so important to continue throughout the whole pregnancy. So if we have a look at that again, you want your feet underneath your hips. So I'm going to show you side on so you can see the movement well. Feet underneath your hips. Your bottom's going to go back as if you're sitting on a seat, arms forward for balance. So turn your pelvic floor and core on, come down, squeeze your bottom, pelvic floor, and come back up again. We'll do that again. Down, as far as you're comfortable, squeeze your pelvic floor, and lift back up again. So the next series of exercises are going to be your stretches that help keep you that bit looser as you start to get a bit tighter. So we're going to do this one again, sitting on the ground or on a bed, wherever you're comfortable. And this is to get movement through your spine, that rocking sensation. So we want every movement of your spine, forward and back, side to side, and that slight bit of twist. So this first one, you're sitting up, which is going to be quite comfortable for you. You're just going to allow your knees to rock side to side. And you'll feel a little bit of a twist in your back, and you can let your body go as far as you're comfortable allowing it. So you might start a bit shorter and not going as far, and then you're going to increase your roll as you get comfortable. Okay, another one for just that little bit of twist through the spine, you're going to do on all fours. So in this position, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, you're just going to sort of turn your body, have a look behind you at your left leg, and then come back to the middle, turn to the right. And you'll find this is a really nice stretch through your spine. Come in, and then come back. Another one you can do, we'll just pull this chair a bit closer. So if you have a chair at home that's a bit lower and you can lean back over, that's ideal. So what you're going to do is hands behind your head or wherever comfortable, go right back in your seat. This is going to be bending your back forward and back. So hands behind your head and just gently lean back, stretch over, and then come back. And you can also add just sliding forward for that stretch through your back too. And just repeat this movement 10 times. And then sliding forward, curling your spine the whole way around. Okay, our fourth stretch is also for twisting, but it's a little bit of a stronger stretch. So sitting in the back of your chair again, making sure that you're sitting up tall as much as you can. Grab hold of your right knee with your left hand and also your chair. And you're going to rotate your back and just add a bit of extra pressure through pressing on your leg and also with your right hand here and twist. Hold for about 5 seconds and then change to the other side and twist. Okay, and our final stretch is again one we did in the first trimester. It's the glute stretch, stretching the muscle and keeping it loose. Again, in sitting position, it's comfortable, lifting the leg up, pushing down on the knee, or leaning further forward to make it feel a bit stronger. Or you can do it on the ground. To give yourself that bit more room, possibly through the stomach, you can lean back a touch, pop your foot up, and again, you can lean forward as you need, or if you need to lean back, you can, and just use your other arm to push your knee forward. So these are 10 exercises which are going to keep you strong and fit, but also loose and flexible to help you through your second trimester. Enjoy.